Hey everyone. Yeah, so it's me again, and I thought let's talk again. I've said that I'm not going to be quiet, and I'm going to use my platform to speak up on things I believe is true. So here I am again. And this time, I don't know where to start. When someone opens their mouth and don't show empathy and spews their opinion with a lot of malice and with no thought and being rude, like our ex-Miss Malaysia, the whole of Malaysia shouts back and says, "This is horrible, how dare you show some empathy, you don't understand what they're going through, Black Lives Matter, you're disrespectful, blah 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 blah." And here's the thing, I agree with that. I agree that you cannot be disrespectful, you cannot be rude when getting your point across. But when an Indian man explains politely, without prejudice, about his reality, about how he is perceived by cops, policemen here in Malaysia, gets his message across in a polite form, he is met with no empathy. He's met with "shut up." He's met with "don't incite racial violence." He's met with things I don't understand, because there's a double standard there, and we're okay with it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And my thoughts is this: how do you think America got to their ways? They've got a lot of things that led to this. They have this law called stop and frisk. Now, stop and frisk is where the cops can stop anyone that they believe is bad, throw them up against the wall, and frisk them. And this law was put in place because they said anyone, the cops can do this. But the ones that were targeted more were the people of color. Now, I'm not saying everybody who stopped and frisk went to jail or got into trouble, but the perception of black people as bad just became a norm. Because you're walking by, if you see a cop pull someone aside, your mind goes, they must have done something bad. So it becomes normal. It's systematic racism. Slowly normalizing things that shouldn't happen to make it normal so that it can escalate bigger and bigger. So now this article points that out. This article says that this is a reality for somebody. And instead of being met with empathy, you're met with "shut up." Don't incite racial hate. But when someone talks about Black Lives Matter with no empathy, you go all out on her. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Until we start listening to each other and listening to each other's experience and understanding that, yeah, this is a reality for a lot of people. I shared it on my stories online, and that stories don't happen to me anymore. You know why? Because I've got hair. I used to be bald, and that shit happened to me because I was looked a certain way, perceived a certain way because of my appearance. So yeah, it does exist. I'm not saying it's so bad that, people die. I'm saying it does exist. A bias does exist. So we should address this bias so that it doesn't grow. That's all. I don't know. I go back to what I say, okay? Hashtag ini juga tanah tumpah darah aku. This is my country. I don't want to feel like I have to prove my innocence. I don't want guilty until proven innocent just because of the way someone looks. And that's what I'm worried about. Thank you for listening, and hope you have a good day. Ciao.